A grieving hooded woman flees through a thunderstorm, carrying a crying newborn to a cathedral gate. She vows to hide his whereabouts until he grows strong enough for his hidden destiny. Akuto Sai arrives by train and heads toward the city on foot. He stops to help an elderly woman with her spilled luggage. Her granddaughter Junko mistakes him for a thief and kicks him down. Junko realizes her mistake and apologizes, introducing herself as Junko Hattori, a Magic Academy freshman. Akuto accepts her apology, and when asked his name, he introduces himself as Akuto Sai. Akuto explains he transferred here on scholarship, hoping to reshape society for the better as a future Grand Priest. Junko shares that her family's Suhara religion demands lifelong devotion to justice and the empire. Junko draws a ceremonial blade and has Akuto grip it with her, sealing a religious pledge of friendship between them. Afterward, they arrive together at Constant Magic Academy. A magical crow device examines each new student and predicts their future career. When it scans Akuto, it repeatedly declares his future occupation as Demon King. A history flashback reveals that a Demon King once led an army of monsters. A century ago, his war of terror engulfed the entire world. Nurse and homeroom teacher Asuko Torai bluntly warns Akuto that classmates may fear or even attack him for his destiny. She jokes that if he dies, she will simply resurrect him as a zombie. Akuto is introduced to Class 1A, and murmurs spread that he's the Demon King. Standing to address his classmates, he argues that fearing him without cause is unfair. During class officer elections, Miwa nominates Akuto to prove he isn't the Demon King. He requests the lowly janitor position instead, stunning the class. Junko soon realizes their earlier pledge meant something entirely different, and classmates accuse Akuto of toying with her. Humiliated, she challenges him to a duel that erupts into a blast, destroying the classroom. A cheerful classmate named Hiroshi calls himself Akuto's little brother and shows him around campus. That night, he sneaks Akuto toward the women's dorm to apologize to Junko. The fumbled apology at her window instead sparks a furious new clash. At night, a playful red-haired girl teases Akuto in the garden, calling him her prince. When a furious Junko finds them, the chaos triggers Akuto's dormant power. A blinding blast erupts, and Akuto fears he has struck someone down. Moments later, a green-haired girl introduces herself as Korone, a surveillance agent assigned to monitor Akuto. At night, Akuto and Korone search the school grounds for a missing classmate. Korone recovers an abandoned name tag for Kina Soga, confirming that she has vanished without a trace. In the principal's office, Korone reports that Akuto meant Junko Hattori no harm. The principal laughs that Akuto is destined to become the future Demon King. She then assigns Korone as his bodyguard and surveillance agent. Akuto recounts how his power erupted while he strained to block a wooden sword. The principal explains that magic is mana resonating with the Empire's power. That output makes him the Demon King. The principal hands Akuto a telepathic student handbook, letting him communicate with others just by concentrating. She jokes that he should notify her by telepathy the moment he decides to die. At night, Korone insists on staying at Akuto's bedside, even lying down right beside him despite his protests. Flustered, Akuto insists he'll sleep somewhere else instead. Next morning, dorm gossip claims the Demon King already has an unofficial mistress. Fujiko Eto, the female dorm leader, introduces herself to Akuto. She reveals that Korone already told her everything about last night. Fujiko calls Akuto by telepathy, offering to mediate peace between him and Hattori. She tells him to meet her alone at the mountain in the back during lunch. Then she reveals that pulling Korone's tail turns off her surveillance. Akuto heads to the mountain in the back for privacy, but Korone secretly tails him through the forest. When he creeps up behind her, she accuses him of sneaking out just to look at her green panties. In the forest, a demon dog, mutated by unstable mana, suddenly emerges from the trees. Korone identifies it as inhuman and raises her weapon, declaring that she'll eliminate it. Akuto stops Korone from firing and instead casts a spell that extracts the mana from the dog's body. The dog calms into a harmless puppy, then transforms back into Kina Soga, fully human again and completely naked. In the forest, Fujiko confirms she's disabled Korone and offers to smooth things over with Hattori. She also suggests Akuto join the discipline committee. She gives him understanding pills as a backup plan for reconciling with Hattori. Elsewhere, Akuto finds a hair accessory in the grass and recognizes it from before. Moments later, Kina Soga suddenly tumbles onto him, and Korone storms in accusing him of attempted molestation. Fujiko visits Junko Hattori, who has stayed away from school since the incident. Hattori admits Akuto is the reason and agrees to let Fujiko arrange a meeting between them. Alone, Fujiko embraces a ghostly figure she calls Big Brother, who teases her for being so insidious. She boasts that the future Demon King will soon become her servant. Young Fujiko sobs into a recorder, insisting she's fine without her brother. Her mother coldly declares he died because he was weak, and Fujiko vows to become strong instead. In a shadowed chamber, black magic users conspire around a glowing spell circle. They identify Akuto Sai as the one who could destroy the world and vow to capture him. In the bathhouse, a classmate explains the academy hides two sides. Some delinquents secretly practice forbidden black magic. Junko Hattori, driven by justice, forcibly subdues them and earns the title of Visible Dawn. Korone admits she secretly watched Akuto bathe, questioning why humans obsess over body size and reproduction odds. Akuto tries to end the awkward talk, declining her request to compare. Akuto meets student council president Lily Shirazi, who warns him delinquents attack committee members to build reputation. Despite the danger, the council accepts his request to join. Word spreads that the Demon King has joined the discipline committee, and students whisper the academy is doomed. Akuto shrugs off the mana theory lesson, more worried about his secret meeting with Hattori tonight. Kanasoga begs to store her rice cooker in Korone's room, threatening to spread rumors if refused. Korone jokingly suggests hiding it inside a military chemical diffuser instead, alarming her. Akuto descends into the school's underground barracks to meet Hattori, but delinquents ambush him instead. He overpowers them by focusing his mana into a single strike, then ties up their leader Hiroshi for questioning. Akuto beats the restrained Hiroshi in front of his gang, ignoring pleas to stop. Watching secretly, Junko concludes she has witnessed the Demon King's true, ruthless nature. Junko accuses Akuto of plotting world domination and draws her sword against him. He tries a gun in defense, but it's empty, and she storms off vowing to rally allies. Korone admits Akuto disabled her functions during the chaos, and Akuto visits Miss Mitsuko to accept responsibility. She reveals the Academy's punitive regulations, meant for traitors and spies, now apply to him. Junko posts a school-wide manifesto declaring Akuto a threat to be subdued within the hour, rallying armed volunteers. As the mob chases him across the school grounds, Akuto has only 1 hour to escape unharmed. Cornered atop a tower, Junko raises her sword for a killing blow. Kanasoga suddenly appears, revealing that Junko secretly likes Akuto, urging the two rivals to finally get along. The group reconciles, and Kanasoga triggers a burst that sends rice raining down over everyone. Analysis reveals she laced it with the black magic loyalty medicine stolen from Akuto's gun. Classmates gossip about Kina's chronic absences before magic class begins, pairing Akuto with Junko for a mana control exercise. Junko throws the charge back, but Akuto's returned blast overwhelms her control and detonates into a massive explosion. Junko survives unconscious but unburned. A teacher suggests sending Akuto to the Academy's notorious mental discipline chamber to master his power. Korone then packs supplies for the trip and offers him a snack, explaining she barely needs to eat. Fujiko admits her brother died investigating the Academy ruins. Necromancy performed on his corpse revealed nothing, and the disgrace still haunts the Eto family name. Akuto and Korone settle into the tiny discipline chamber. Junko barges in with food, only to get trapped too as the heavy door seals shut. Outside, Fujiko secretly loads a hallucination bullet, plotting to force Akuto's loyalty. Breaking through a wall, the trio uncovers an ancient parchment, a treasure map warning that death awaits unqualified seekers. Training grinds to a halt when Junko announces a desperate bathroom emergency, bickering with Korone over an increasingly awkward solution. Fujiko opens the chamber door, finds the trio, and confiscates their map. Alone, she examines its code, written in her dead brother's hand, and questions his corpse again. Korone confronts Fujiko, revealing she already knows about the failed scheme to control Akuto. She then leaves, claiming free reign of the Academy. Fujiko finds the map missing, and copies soon appear posted across the Academy, revealing hidden war ruin locations. Treasure-seeking students return badly injured from monster attacks, pushing the student council toward banning the hunt. At an emergency assembly, Fujiko announces the discipline committee's ban on the treasure hunt. Hiroshi then accuses the Demon King of orchestrating it all. The student council president flatly forbids every student, Akuto included, from approaching the map's location, brushing off his objection. He privately hands Akuto a chant gun and secretly sends him to scout the map's first site alone. Junko refuses to be left behind and tags along, growing visibly jealous when another girl teases her attachment to him. Akuto and Junko reach the map's first site, a charnel house, and find a note bearing the name Boakairo Yamada. Akuto, Junko, and Hiroshi search a moonlit war cemetery for a gravestone marked Boakairo Yamato. Junko needles Akuto about being the Demon King, while he insists he never will be. A swirling shadow suddenly bursts from among the graves as someone cries out "Big Brother" in shock. The figure warns them to go home and forget what they saw, or their lives are not guaranteed. Later, Junko draws her sword against the same shadow creature in the graveyard, ignoring Akuto's order to stand down. She vows to find out what it's protecting no matter what it costs her. Junko carries an unharmed Akuto piggyback away from the fight, teasing him despite his protests. At Boakairo Yamato's grave they dig up a small toy whose recording says to collect 3 such items. The toy is an old device Fujiko's late brother used to call her from work. Sobbing, she presses the ghost spirit recording of him for the real story, then agrees to chase after Akuto's group. In the knight's equipment hall, a suit of armor suddenly moves and attacks. Akuto fights it off with ease, and young Hiroshi, having copied him, is told strength alone isn't everything. Junko's water-detecting device leads the group to a hidden hot spring, its temperature a perfect 41 degrees. While the others wait outside, Junko sneaks in and tackles a startled Akuto. Haruya reveals she was sent to test whether Akuto can face his destiny. Junko brands her a spy, and a chaotic brawl erupts between the jealous girls while Akuto looks on baffled. The group reunites and Junko finds a mysterious key while comparing notes. Fujiko confirms the doll, plate, and key belong to her late brother. She wonders if his death is tied to this treasure. Before she can explain further, Fujiko is swallowed by a glowing teleportation circle and vanishes. Alarmed, the group races after her deep into the school's forbidden underground levels. Student council president admits it was all a game. This underground chamber, she explains, was the old Demon King's base. Everyone who ever touched the estate has died, likely including Fujiko's brother. The reactivated system cracks open an icy cocoon, and a giant dragon roars awake after 100 years' sleep. It demands proof that Akuto has the qualification to control it, or he'll die. As Akuto braces to fight the dragon, a vision replays Fujiko's memory. She was told her brother died at work, and vowed to become strong so she'd never end up like him. The dragon, Peter Hauser, yields and declares Akuto its master, the future Demon King. Battered and exhausted, Akuto protests he only wanted a normal school life. The president then kisses his cheek as his promised prize. The beach outing begins as Kina Teruya digs up a slimy black sea cucumber and waves it at Junko Hattori. Hattori recoils in horror, insisting she can't stand anything slimy. Junko clings to Akuto in the shallows, mortified, and he teases that watching her act playful again is oddly relieving. Back on the sand, she grudgingly thanks him, though she insists the credit belongs to Kina. Back on shore, Akuto notices Junko still won't use his first name even though she calls Kina by hers. He asks her directly why that is, catching her off guard. Korone suddenly appears beside them, admitting she tried to help set the mood. Junko accuses her of harassment and orders her to act like a proper surveillance agent. Korone apologizes repeatedly, insisting she truly wants to stay by Akuto's side. Left puzzled by Korone's strange outburst, Akuto suddenly senses that someone is watching him. Moments later, Kina spots Hiroshi passing through town and calls out to him warmly as her big brother. Hiroshi recounts his island's legend. A demon rises from the central lake as a sign the Demon King has resurrected. A hero then appears to defeat both the demon and the Demon King himself. Akuto dismisses the legend as an ignorant island fantasy, forgetting Hiroshi's own parents lived there. Stung, Hiroshi storms off up a staircase alone. At night, Junko senses someone has been quietly watching Akuto and refuses to let it slide. She resolves to track the watcher down using her monosensing radar. Elsewhere, a purple-haired sorceress presides over cheering followers, boasting of ruling beside Akuto as his queen. Her companion calls her ambitious, but admits the real Akuto is too good-hearted for such plans. The young witch Lily Shirashi arrives at the sorceress's lair, insisting she's a maiden, not a boy. She reveals the academy has voted to protect Akuto Sai. Lily vows to crush the CIMO-8 hardliners if they try to weaponize him. Search is thrown off when Akuto and Korone's mana tracking is suddenly disturbed in the dark forest. Moments later, Kina bursts out of hiding and startles them, revealing she came to relay an urgent message. Kina explains that Fujiko Eto tried to reach Akuto telepathically and couldn't. She warns him that a dangerous man named Simon 5, skilled at killing magic users, is reportedly targeting him. Kina hands Akuto a pink drink she calls rice juice, but he immediately realizes it's actually alcohol. As the tipsy prank takes hold, Kina grows affectionate and clingy, pressing close against him on the shrine steps. Kina leans in close as if to kiss him, until Korone suddenly appears and kicks Akuto aside as a warning. Startled and annoyed, Akuto protests, but Korone insists there's no time to argue as danger looms. Korone quietly asks Akuto how he feels about Kina, then says goodbye, believing this may be their last meeting. She disappears through a glowing portal. Junko admits she just remembered Fujiko's earlier warning. Korone was secretly ordered to make Akuto fall for her. She fears failing the mission will get Korone pulled from surveillance duty. Home in his village, Hiroshi finds sister Yukiko waiting while villagers praise him as their hope-for hero. Yukiko is thrilled to learn her brother is friends with the Demon King rumored at his school. At the lodge, Yukiko spots Akuto among Hiroshi's friends and immediately guesses he's the rumored Demon King. Hiroshi is startled to see his little sister has shown up uninvited. Akuto flatly denies being the Demon King in front of Yukiko, insisting Hiroshi never even wanted to be a hero. Devastated, she runs off crying, feeling her brother's dream has just been crushed. Hiroshi leads Akuto and the others to the village's legendary lake, said to connect underground to the ocean. He explains a shrine in an underwater cave holds the hero's dagger stuck in rock, like a King Arthur legend. Flamboyant, sunglasses-wearing stranger suddenly bursts out of the lake, striking a dramatic pose that startles Junko and Hiroshi nearby. The group soon realizes Yukiko has wandered dangerously close to him. Hiroshi, the village's hero, charges the demon beast to protect his sister, but is instantly slammed into the ground. The creature mocks him for being too weak to matter. Akuto arrives to find Mr. X has struck down Hiroshi and threatens the girls. Enraged, he attacks, but Mr. X boasts his noise, lets him channel magic to shrug off the blow. Sinking beneath the water, Hiroshi realizes he has always run from responsibility out of fear of being strong. Facing possible drowning, he resolves that it isn't too late to change. Determined to protect Kina and Junko, Akuto declares that he is already the hero. He finds the legendary dagger glowing in the underwater shrine, pulls it free, and transforms into strange battle armor. Powered up, Akuto declares his own soul's shout is louder than Mr. X's noise, freeing him to fight without limits. As the villain glorifies war and art, Akuto counters that his selfishness only turns people, especially women, into victims. Korone suddenly returns, revealing that Mr. X is really a rogue field agent, wanted for abandoning his authorized duties. Exposed, the panicking demon beast unleashes one last chaotic explosion over the village. Back at home, Hiroshi embraces a tearful Yukiko while Kina and Junko look on, the family reconciled after the battle. Later at the lodge, Korone rejoins the group, explaining that the cabinet never sanctioned Mr. X's rogue rampage. Akuto wakes in the schoolyard to find Kina Teruya standing over him. She casually reveals she doesn't know her real birthday, having been abandoned as a baby in front of a church. Kina leans close and insists they've met before. She claims she gave an identical beret to an orphan girl who replaced her at the orphanage 10 years ago. Akuto denies remembering any of it. Kina asks Akuto to celebrate her birthday together and even suggests he stay by her side every single day. She then teasingly proposes they nap together, leaving him flustered. Elsewhere, a purple-haired schemer gloats that she can finally control the demon beast sealed beneath the academy. She fantasizes about Akuto embracing her in gratitude, lost in the daydream until reality intrudes. Fantasy breaks as a towering horned demon beast actually looms over her in the cavern. Another voice mocks her weak control and recalls that Akuto once revived a demon beast during the beach school trip. In the cafeteria, Kina piles through bowl after bowl of rice. A classmate argues that magical power directly reflects God's approval, treating the hierarchy almost like religious doctrine. A classmate defends her wish to become a priest and reshape the world with her own hands. She then admits the Demon King, a century ago, shared that dream, calling him her big brother before catching herself. Kina bolts from her clothes and vanishes, leaving Akuto chasing her flying uniform across campus. Fujiko notes that Kina's obvious attachment to him is already making her stand out among classmates. Kina tells Akuto she'll stop associating with him to protect his reputation among their classmates. She immediately backtracks, teasing that she'll keep protecting the world by staying close to him instead. On the rooftop, Junko admits she feels responsible for Kina's isolation from their classmates. Korone then blurts that Akuto should marry Junko instead, leaving him stunned she was seriously invested in the idea. The purple-haired schemer casts a hatching spell on a chicken egg meant for the future Demon King. Having already failed 3 times, she refuses to give up. Kina, Akuto, and Fujiko discover an enormous spotted egg missing from Fujiko's room. It quickly hatches into a giant demon beast towering over them. Fujiko blasts Akuto skyward with a huge weapon, admitting she wanted to keep him from school. A live television report cuts to a newly built floating island just as a giant demon bird attacks. Brave arrives in blue armor and cuts the creature down with searing energy blades, drawing cheers from the terrified crowd. The discipline committee official decides to overlook Akuto bringing a demon beast onto campus since no real harm was done. Kina then agrees to attend class, and Akuto promises to always protect her freedom to choose for herself. As Kina reminds Akuto of her birthday promise, Fujiko reveals she has already contacted Kina's parents. She announces that Kina's father has approved an arranged marriage between them, stunning both Akuto and Kina. As a boy, Akuto refuses to thank a wealthy patron for the orphanage's donation. He believes he owes nothing to God he doesn't think exists, and vows never to apologize again. Junko learns her father has approved an arranged marriage between her and Akuto. Rehearsing how to break the news, she's mortified to discover Korone has been secretly watching and listening the whole time. Junko invites Akuto to her family's estate, insisting it's purely political. Korone announces she'll be coming too, as his official surveillance agent, whether he likes it or not. At the academy, an officer tells an elder that mana from the Demon King's body revives the mutated demon beasts. Akuto overhears, unsettled by what the accusation implies about him. Akuto, Junko, and Korone board a train for Iga no Sato, the Hattori family's home. Kina waves them off from the platform, staying behind alone at the academy. At Iga no Sato, Junko's ninja-trained sister Yuko playfully ambushes Akuto, teasing him about their relationship. She then admits she can sense a demon beast's presence in him, having been bitten by one as a child. Junko's father asks Akuto directly whether he has feelings for her. Akuto affirms he likes her very much and vows to always consider her family situation. He'll try to make the best choices he can. At night, Junko sneaks into Akuto's room to test whether he understands their arranged marriage. His confused reaction reveals he never knew, and devastated, she begs him to forget everything that happened. Believing Akuto tricked the Hattori family and made Junko cry, ninja clansmen surround him in the dark. They vow not to let him leave alive for the Yiga clan's honor. Teruya family agent intercepts Akuto mid-ambush, offering him a place in her family instead. She says it outranks the Hattori. When he refuses her advances, she vows to kill him. Alone at the academy on her birthday, Kina is suddenly attacked by a shape-shifting demon beast. In the forest, a second beast strikes Korone as she shields Akuto, wounding her arm. As a giant snake constricts Kina, a blonde swordsman suddenly appears and cuts it down. Stunned, she recognizes him as her big brother. He promises to keep saving her as many times as she needs. The swordsman reveals he's a cabinet magic information officer. He explains that Kina can bind the gods as their principle of identity. Lord Suhara ordered Kina Teruya to kill her, but he vows to protect Kina's freedom instead. As Akuto and the officer battle a horde of demon beasts, Fujiko Eto rides one triumphantly. She announces she's discovered how to command demon beasts at will for her beloved Akuto. Junko's grandmother declares their family's never-drawn Suhei sword the last resort against Akuto and hands it to a stunned Junko. When Junko doubts she's ready, grandmother tells her to earn the blade's trust through action, not force. The academy grounds erupt with dark demonic growth as the Teruya and Koga forces finish assembling. Hattori and Iga's ninjas move to join them for the coming siege. Wounded Akuto is sheltered by 2 companions as a 3-headed demon beast descends toward them. Healing can't keep pace with his injuries, leaving the group to weigh whether retreating is even possible. Watching enemy ninjas surround the academy, the school council president declares she'll act on her own terms. If Akuto means to tear down the existing order, she vows to stop him. The news broadcast reports that the academy, now transformed into a demon castle, holds the demon king within. Koga's ninjas launch a punitive expedition while Iga's forces arrive, revealing the idol Yuri Hashino as one of their own. Commanding officer rallies the assembled ninja forces, then issues an unprecedented order. Only Junko and her sister Yuko will lead the opening assault, while everyone else holds back. Operation Battering Ram begins as the Hattori sisters race toward the front lines. Broadcasters call the bold, self-requested strategy live, noting the Hattori family won't be blamed if it fails. Yuri Hashino sprints toward the demon castle, and Brave, sworn slayer of demon beasts, arrives as her reinforcement. He vows to protect Kina Teruya while she orders him to kill every demon beast in sight. Towering demon beast addresses Akuto as master, urging him to fully regain his true power. Akuto embraces it, vowing that he will kill God. As the Demon King appears with his demon beast entourage, Junko finally draws the legendary Suha sword to face him. Torn between duty and her feelings for Akuto, she lashes out and he simply warns her to be careful. Brave charges the Demon King head-on, only to discover his magic simply vanishes on contact. Stunned, he realizes it's a mana canceller, the first attack ever to scar him in over a century of life. Commanders learn a hidden device inside the academy is controlling the demon beasts. They order Brave to keep fighting the Demon King alone, while Junko and Yuko sneak inside to destroy it. As Brave battles on, a massive shape darkens the sky above. It's the Imperial Army's flying aircraft carrier Jinkaku, arriving as a second, unexpected threat. As the Jinkaku opens fire, its captain is confronted about his sudden hostility. He reveals he's merely a puppet for now, having been infiltrated and controlled through hypnotic magic. The group realizes the demon beast inside Yuko is still active, meaning the Demon King may not be dead. A masked ally races into its tunnels, screaming for Big Brother, but gets no answer. The young man reveals a device he built, then introduces himself as Poakairo Yamato. He explains he engineered an anti-Demon King battle suit because he cannot defeat the Demon King alone. Taruya family's ninja army advances toward the school as the vice president confronts their ranks. Officers claim Eiko Teruya secretly killed her own father to aid the Demon King. Yuga the Golem is hurled aside while failing to protect Kina. The frustrated vice president retaliates with a powerful spell she calls her Fearful Walk. Amid the fighting, a swordsman tells a red-haired girl that he needs her. She gently refuses, saying his heart truly belongs elsewhere and duty must come first. The lady orders a reluctant fighter into the fray as the battle drags on. The vice president admits she has no more powerful techniques left, leaving them searching for another way through. The discipline committee plots to silence the student council president and seizes the idol Yuri Hashino as a hostage. Defiant, the president orders her soldiers to punish Eiko Teruya regardless of family ties or danger. Junko Hattori draws her sword, invoking the Iga ninja technique Moon Shadow to summon puppet fighters. She vows to help Eiko despite doubting the rumors against her. Puppet duel turns deadly as an attacker wields a weapon that freezes a fighter with liquid nitrogen. The vice president steps in and finishes the fight, driving the enemy off. The group regroups to check the battlefield, discovering a puppeteer has swapped bodies with their comrade Mitch. Discipline committee officers celebrate, believing the Teruya family's fall means the Demon King is already defeated. The masked puppeteer returns, unleashing his strongest technique, which he calls the WAPI, in a devastating strike. He warns they will meet again, though as a faceless puppet, he won't be recognized. The massive black dragon saves them from disaster, and Akuto tends to an injured Kina. He then decides to chase down Poakairo Yamato alone, saying Eiko's tears remind him of the Demon King's own sorrow. Junko Hattori defies the lady's order and refuses to stop the Demon King's allies. Declaring she will live for the man she loves, she unleashes her ultimate technique, the highest sword. Gezu Hattori, long believed dead and now transformed with cybernetic augments, suddenly appears and restrains the lady, sparing her life. His daughter Junko watches in shock as her father returns. Flying atop the dragon, Akuto learns the truth about the Demon King. It is not fully human, but a being born when a person's mana is deliberately altered, and it can be remade many times if it fails. Akuto confronts an armored fighter hovering over the ruins, demanding to know why he wants to kill God. The fighter answers only that he's settling his own business, insisting change is necessary no matter who objects. He flies straight into the churning plasma spheres, unleashing a blinding burst of power to destroy them. The blast overloads his shields, forcing life support. He admits he battered himself first, so she'd hesitate to stop him. Carried from the crash, the fighter is unmasked before his worried companions. One insists it never mattered who was underneath the armor. Walking on, the group learns Kina still carries the demon beast's mana, controlled by Lord Suhara. In a vision of a war-torn age, a girl bound to the principle of identity is torn away by force. The warrior Poakairo begs her to stay. He's told the choice was never his to make. Akuto refuses any contract with the principle of identity, saying he's here only to kill God. The enemy reveals the Demon King was built by the gods to destroy humanity. He opposes it only because he promised to protect Kina. Peter Hawson, a dragon-like ally, insists on flying alone into what may be a final, fatal mission. He tells Akuto that living for others matters more than any grand belief, then takes off vowing to protect him. Korone proposes removing Akuto's mana limiter entirely, warning it could endanger his body. He agrees without hesitation. His full power erupts, twisting him into a towering, monstrous true form as a hole tears open through the dimension. Volunteers to control Akuto's surging mana at the critical instant, even if it costs its own life. Kina cradles it, pleading that she doesn't want that to happen. In a bright white void, Kina meets another version of herself, one who will live on even after she dies. This principle of identity explains it shaped both Akuto's fate and the time travelers, and chooses to rewrite events kindly. Battle over Akuto, Kina and their friends reunite safely on open ground as rescue helicopters arrive. Big Brother, alive and unharmed, is welcomed back warmly among them. Back at school, everyone's memories have quietly been rewritten. They now believe a separate Demon King died in the explosion. Akuto, credited as a discipline committee member, is said to have helped defeat him. Korone admits the order that assigned her no longer exists, but chooses to keep watching over Akuto anyway. A new peaceful life begins for everyone, made possible by Peter Hawson's sacrifice. Junko and Akuto agree to practice together, and she flusters when he playfully uses her first name. Their chaotic, affectionate school life carries on, closing the series on a warm comedic note.